Hello there, friends, and welcome to another episode of In the Kitchen with Becca. So Neil was gone at a training out in the desert, out of contact for Valentine's Day. So I wanted to do something fun and fancy and special to just kind of celebrate it with myself and my dog. I experimented with a new recipe. I made brioche cinnamon rolls. So I've made brioche bread just once before a long time ago, and over the past couple of years I've been trying to pin down like the perfect cinnamon roll recipe. I've tried Betty Crocker recipes, random recipes I've found on Pinterest, but one thing I really don't like is when the bread of the cinnamon roll is just really flavorless, kind of spongy, not really that great. What I thought was to actually use a bread dough, like a sweet bread dough, like a brioche, as the foundation of the cinnamon roll, and then go from there. So overall, this recipe was really yummy. I don't think it was perfect because I don't think I got the filling right. It was kind of gritty, so next time I think I'll melt everything together. But the actual bread of it was delicious. It had flaky layers, it had its own flavor, and it was really yummy. So please try this on your own. It is delicious. I highly recommend it. So here is my recipe for brioche cinnamon rolls. Treat yourself and enjoy. For this recipe, I'm using a brioche recipe from Crust by Richard Bertonet. You're gonna start by adding 500 grams of white bread flour, 50 grams of sugar, 10 grams of salt, 15 grams of fresh yeast, and whisk those together to combine. Attach your dough hook, add 350 grams or about 6 large eggs, adding them in one by one until fully incorporated by the dough. Once the dough comes together, is pulling away from your bowl and has formed a rough dough, you're going to add 250 grams, about 1 cup of unsalted cold butter cubed. Stir to combine until a nice, soft, smooth dough ball. You can see it's ready when you make a fingerprint and it bounces back. Then form your dough into a ball, cover with a cloth or plastic wrap, and let rest for 2 hours. Once your dough has rested, we're going to lightly flour a work surface, roll out the dough, and start making our cinnamon rolls. We're going to take our dough, liberally flour it on both sides, roughly shape it into a rectangle, and then start rolling it out. I'm not very talented at maintaining the rectangle shape, so make sure to keep trying to make it a rectangle shape. Roll it out until it's about 1 centimeter thick, then it's time to add the fillings. Distribute small pads of room temperature butter over the roll and spread it out with either your fingers or a spatula. Then add light brown sugar, a generous sprinkle of cinnamon over the whole top, and then finally finish with some nutmeg and some salt. Then start to roll. Try to keep it as tight as possible. From here, cut into 1 inch or 1 1/4 inch thick cinnamon rolls. Then place them in a greased sheet. I use these pie sheet, making sure you leave plenty of room in between the rolls so they can grow. Once they're assembled, leave them in their greased sheets, covered with a cloth for about 30 minutes or until they grow together to touch like this. Bake these in a 350-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes or until they come out a deep golden brown and the sugars have made a syrup. Now let's listen closely to this. While they're still warm, top with a cream cheese icing. Cut, serve, and enjoy.